Hi, I'm Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media, and I'm here at Breakbulk Southeast Asia, and I'm joined by a pair who have been telling me about a new association, project forwarding network that they have formed. And I think it's an interesting story how they came to build this network that's from the start sounds pretty successful. So guys, introduce yourselves.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, we are project freight forwarders since many, many years, and we have been in a number of different networks over the years, and we never got what we were paying for. And then at the end of last year, we finally were a bit upset about all of this and decided to start our own club, and with different criteria compared to other networks, like members have to really have a proven record of projects. There is a limited number of members per country. So the criteria are really professional. We call it a project network made by professionals for professionals. And the main difference to other networks is we don't have to make the money from running a network. This is not our business. Our business is project freight forwarding, and the network is a tool to create synergies between us and our partners globally. We have some own offices in some places, but in most places we don't. So we need good partners. This is crucial to be successful in this business. So that was the background. And I knew from the past that many of my colleagues in the industry had exactly the same problem.
Okay.
And had exactly the same complaint about other networks. So we gave it a try, and then the history started.
How did you two meet?
So Jürgen first proposed the idea of founding a network to me last year, and we refined the idea and came up with the structure.
Are you a forwarder? Are you his neighbor?
He works for our family business and is in charge of project cargo. Is the head of project logistics at the company, and for him it was a means of vertically diversifying into really generating a network of experts. And then, as I said, a year ago we started developing the idea, and then on the 20th of December we went live with actually having a network, and what is this now called the Project Logistics Alliance, and I'm the CEO running the daily activities, and Jürgen is the consultant that brings in the strategic view and the verification of the members. We are very happy how it started, because a pessimistic approach was that we could gain 10 members in 10 days, starting just before Christmas last year, and which we expected to be a challenge. Well, we managed to get 22 members in 10 days, which immediately gave us a network effect. And since then we have been growing to have 65 members now, covering more than 100 countries.
Well, congratulations on that
Thank
success.
you.
That's fantastic. Now, I assume sounds like you're traveling the world.
We do. We use the synergies that come from this alliance while we meet agents, potential new members, and obviously tell them, like we told you, about the network, and
that's great.
kind of spread the word.
So when you look around on your travels, talking to people, where are the opportunities? Where do you see some bright spots around the world for projects?
Well, basically everywhere.
Okay. Well, then you're the most optimistic person I've talked to in a long time.
I mean, look, of course, this is changing from time to time, depending on various factors, like is the oil price high or not? Are the commodity prices for certain commodities high or not? Is there China making another infrastructure project, God knows where? What about the plans of Mr. President of the United States? I mean,
no one really knows.
No one really knows. No one really knows, and I'm pretty sure he himself doesn't know. But So, I mean, like this year, we are pretty strong in the mining sector. Why? Because commodity prices finally raise again. Oil and gas, not so much at the moment. And then related to this, you have the destinations. I mean, mining wherever there is mining. This is South America, this is Africa, this is Southeast Asia, this is Central Asia, and this is Russia, and this is Canada and Australia. Okay.
So everywhere.
No, not really. But then there are certain niche businesses, like we are very strong in moving second-hand industrial plants from one country to another. A big market, for example, for the next 2-3 years will be between the UK and EU Europe. You guess why? Because of Brexit.
Yeah, of
We
course.
already moved for some multinationals. They closed down their factories in England, and we ship them into EU Europe, and they reassemble the whole thing there for obvious reasons. Now, even to the US, by the way, we just moved a carbon black factory from France to the United States, second-hand. So there are so many things going on, and since we are not strictly related to a certain industry only, like, I mean, some of our competitors are very much linked to oil and gas,
Right.
which can be good, but in times like these,
Not so much.
they all
Yes.
suffer, you know.
Right, I understand. So tell me, where are you guys off to next?
Vietnam.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
just to get back to the question, to your previous question, what Jürgen just described is what most of our members describe. It depends where the focus of our members lie,
Yes.
and the network really enables them to diversify that focus. If you have been historically strong in oil and gas, but not really anything to do with mining, but now meet a member from, let's say, Mongolia that is very experienced and routine in mining, you might start doing business because the synergies are there. And from a network perspective, there are hotspots: China, India, Turkey. There's lots of good companies there, and these places filled up insanely quickly, just like Europe. Established companies in countries that have well-developed markets was really quick to fill up these spots. What we did to overcome white spots that you mentioned was we partnered with another network for general forwarders to cover Africa. It's called the Africa Logistics Network.
Okay.
And that enables our members to pretty much cover the whole African market without having to join another network. So the idea is, from the beginning, they can access it, but they don't have to. Same goes for their members, which is access, if you would be a member, that I would tell you about. You have access to 260 other companies that you may or may not use.
Excellent. So do you have plans to do that in other areas?
Not
Just
at the
sort of-
moment. Not at the moment. If the opportunity presents and we find a right fit with other companies, we obviously partner with insurance companies, equipment owners that are able to deliver worldwide. Heavy craft air cargo is like the two well-known companies that we are in talks with,
Sure.
both of them, to really get closer to the services that these companies provide that can be of benefit to members like Jürgen when he's representing his company. And I think that's missing a bit in the traditional network model that is very like getting a lot of member focus.
Right, absolutely. Well, it sounds like you've really identified some areas that differentiate you from the other groups. So thanks so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.